Hello, I'm Magda from Ami Little Creature. This is the 6th episode of my Amigurumi workshop, and today I'd like to present you a pattern. You probably know what it is. If you don't know, I tell you, this is a pattern by LittleOwlsHut, Pig, crochet pattern, designer Julia Ogle, skill level intermediate. I am participating in crochet along, so I'm still working on that project. As for materials, I used Angora yarn. I show you. I used Angora ram. Here we have 100 grams, and it is stated in the pattern, designer used an ivory Angora yarn, as you can read, 60% acrylic, 40% wool, and you can see that and I used 2 strands of main yarn and crochet hook 3 mm as it was stated in the pattern. And firstly, I crocheted a swatch to get the toy size of 17 centimeters tall and 22 centimeters long. So this is the head and the body. And I started from the lower lip, and for the lower lip I used also core copper PVC electrical wire, 21 centimeters long and 2 millimeters in diameter. This wire is folded in half and secured with electrical tape, so this bottom lip is movable. And then we have the snout, crocheted from the snout, then attaching this lower lip and crocheted to the end, because head and body is worked as one piece, starting from the snout and joining the lower lip in definite round. Okay, and here we have also markers for eye sockets, and I will adjust them later, I think, while I will needle scalping the eye sockets. What we have also eyelids, ears. Ears are not stuffed. And then front legs stuffed and back legs. You can see that here we should have flat area for trotters, because later we will glue the trotters, 4 trotters for each leg. And I have these trotters. There are baked trotters from polymer clay, shaped, and I have to tell you that it was the most difficult to shape these trotters and the nose and making these nostrils. I did it 3 or 4 times to shape it, as I wanted to make it quite nice. I think it's okay. Perhaps it's not perfect, but I'm happy with the result. Okay. I have also the tail, and this tail I insert wire into the tail, wire 14 centimeters long. Tail is not stuffed. Then I will attach this tail to the bottom. What is to do next? I have to assemble all parts to the piglet's body, legs, and glue the trotters, glue the nose, and also tint the body, and brush up the toy, of course, and glue the eyes. It was stated in the pattern to use 10 millimeters beads. I think I will use safety eyes, but sew the sticking end, as I did it in the owls pattern by LittleOwlsHut. And finally make the skirt for this pig. Skirt from tulle stripes. So let's see once again. There we have a skirt, and of course this black spots on the pig's body. I like this pig very much. So I need to go back to work. See you later. I've already finished. The pig is ready. Look at her and I tell you what I've been doing for so long. Firstly, I brushed up the toy. As for the eyes, I needle sculpted the eye sockets and tinted them with a dark color before I glued the eyes. Then I glued the eyes and embroidered the whites with a white yarn. I pinned the eyelids and sewed them in place. Finally, I glued the false eyelashes, and for one eye I used 5 clumps of eyelashes. We have eyelashes here. I used a long black, 5 for one eye. And I glued these clumps to the piece of black felt. I wanted also glue the nose, so firstly I tinted the snout, as the guideline says. Then I glued the nose made from polymer clay, and I glued it with the magic glue and tinted around the edge, rubbing the oil pastel to make smooth gradient. Before I sewed the ears and legs, I had brushed them up. I trimmed the outspread hair on both sides of each ear, pinned the ears and sewed them. When you look on the side, the ear is placed in the line with the eye. I adjusted the placement of ears and legs to my pig. I recommend you firstly to pin all legs at once, because if you sew the front legs firstly and then pin the back legs, there is possibility of wrong placement. Front legs may be placed too high or too low against the back legs. So I had to adjust it again, front legs, after I pinned the back legs. I thought that shaping the nose and trotters from polymer clay was the most demanding stage, but no. For me, really difficult was finding the right place for the legs, not too high and not too low. So I pinned the legs before sewing them securely in place. And next step, I glued the trotters and tinted the division line of each trotter. Finally, I sew the curly tail with a wire inside. After sewing, I brushed up all seams, here the seams, and tinted the body. To sum up, tinting involved eye sockets, eyelids, and eyebrows. You see dots. And you can add also dark dots in the corner of the eye. I didn't do that. And the inner part of the lower lip, a snout around the edge, nose and trotters from polymer clay, and ears inside with a dark color, and inner and outer side around the edge of each ear. I also tinted the body along the spine. I tinted legs, front of the front legs, and thighs. I only didn't dare to tint black spots all over the body, as the original pig has. I'm not a professional tinter, so I didn't want to spoil my piggy looks. The final size of the pig is my pig is 25 centimeters long and 17 centimeters high. So the pig was ready, and the skirt and bow was to do. For a skirt, I used coral tulle material, and I cut it to stripes 10 centimeters long and about 1.5 wide. I wanted to make full skirt, so it was really time-consuming process to cut the stripes and fasten them around the ribbon. And here we have the ribbon. I used the beige satin ribbon. And the frosting on the cake was a bow made with the cream ribbon and a piece of tulle under the ribbon. This coral tulle I used to make the skirt. So, what do you think of my pig? You can leave a comment if you want. And a link to the pattern in USA terminology and the Polish version I translated into is in the video description or in the upper right corner. I also wrote a post on my blog about working on the pig. You can see the photos I made during working on the toy. So, if you like the piglets, this great pattern is for you. See you in next Amigurumi workshop and tutorials. Bye!